More Q&As. Eve Stefanovic, quick question. I have a female, her DNA comes back with big B, that's not testable chocolate. And then CO, I don't know whether you're telling that, anyway, she has brilliant red eye glow, even in the sunlight. What does this mean? I thought red eye glow meant testable. No, it doesn't. The times that you get a red eye glow, first off, you can see this in dogs sometimes in sunlight, especially as they're older. But the point here is that you could be fooled, number one, by just a photo with a flash. That'll fool you and think you've got a red eye glow when you don't. So you need to go in a completely dark room, turn your video phone light on, take a video and look at the video. But the answer is dogs with red eye glows are going to be dogs that are either little b, testable chocolate, or little co, cocoa, or a combination, or they can be both, but 2 copies of both, or morals. Morals tend to have red eye glow, even if they're not chocolate of any form. All right, so there's that one. Can we buy these products from Australia? The answer is yes. We can ship everything to Australia, I think at the moment, except for the large incubator, because it's so darn expensive to ship the large incubator. But everything else we can ship to. Well, let me back that up. We can't ship the progesterone machine because I'm only authorized to sell that within the continental US. So or within the USA. So no, we can send you test boxes, but we can't sell you the machine. We can send you incubators, the small but not the large one, and anything else that's in our lineup. Oh dear, Church of Jesus. Humans give consent to be inseminated, not animals. Would you go inseminate a sleeping woman? What? That's exactly how it is when you inseminate a dog. I hate to laugh at people. What do you want, a consent form for the dog where it puts a paw print on it? Of course you don't have a consent for the dog. It doesn't mean that you need to mistreat the dog in any way, shape or form, but you're not going to ever have consent from a dog because it can't speak, folks. Dogs cannot speak or sign paperwork, nor can anybody, except for some of those weirdos who think they can talk to dogs, talk to dogs. Dogs can't tell you what they're thinking. They can show you what they're thinking by biting the crap out of you when you do something, or yelping or screaming or running away with their tails between their legs. So there's some visual signs that dogs will tell you that you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. But let's not get past this. I'm not even going to go any further into it anyway. I'm leaving it there for other people to see. I'm not taking it down. Cheese stalks. I know you have videos on your boy setup. Could you please do videos on girl setup? Well, we do. We've got lots of videos where we show you puppies and how we've got them with mums and our heated whelping system. So they're there to be seen. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking for, but if it is, there's lots and lots of videos on there on our channel about exactly that. Kathleen Cross, is it normal or abnormal for a vet to need to do a checkup and view mama before they give you a cesarean price? I was around my area just to get an idea from low range to high range and couldn't get anything. They all want me to something to bring her in. She's not even pregnant. I'm just doing my due diligence. Don't want to be taken advantage of. Yeah, this is so frustrating. I feel your frustration, Kathleen. So, look, this is personal details of my own medical. When you get to a certain age, you have a camera stuck up your butt every 6 years, whatever you can't think what they call the process now. What is it? Colonoscopy, that's what it's called. Right. So I've had a couple of colonoscopies in my life. Thank God they're all okay. But the point is that I wanted to find out ahead of time what I could expect for a colonoscopy price. Never got it. They wouldn't even give me a freaking range. It's like, well, we don't know if there'll be any complications. It's like, I don't care about the complications. What would a normal process be if there are no complications? Well, it's like, give up. You just never got, we'll get back to you. Never got back to me. So I don't like vets who won't give you an answer on something that's a straightforward question. What is your typical cost for a C-section on a French Bulldog? Give me a range. It's $500 without complications. It could be a lot more if there's complications. There's an answer. I'll take that. But just to not give you an answer is nuts. I don't get it. And this whole idea that they need to examine a dog to give you a price on a C-section is I think nuts as well. I mean, you don't go to an auto mechanic and say, hey, what's it going to cost to change plugs in my car? Oh, I need to see the car first. No, they might ask you what the make of the car is so they can know what kind of hell they might have changing the plugs, but they're not going to require that you bring your perfectly functioning car down there so that when it's time to change plugs, you know whether they're the right person for you. It's the same kind of nonsense, and it's just complete nonsense. And I mean, it's a sad situation here. I'm getting on my high horse here a little bit. And by the way, vets are great. Don't get me wrong. Vets, I mean, I'm not a vet, and I rely on vets for all kinds of things. But I've got good vets that I can talk to who will give me good answers. They don't always agree with me, but they'll tell me why. Those are the vets that I like. The vets that give you mumbo jumbo talk, I just walk away from them as quick as I physically can get away from them. And here's the problem. You look at things like C-section expenses. I'm going to give you an example of some C-section expenses. So I had a C-section done in Elk City the other day. It was $240. Incredible deal. This is a woman vet. She's great. She's relatively young. She's not done a lot of them, but she's done 5 for me without any problems whatsoever at all. And I trust her. I've got vets, and so that was a ridiculously low price. And she's starting out, and that's probably the reason for it. Now, there's other vets around here. A couple of them I'll mention. One is Marilyn Wogamoth out of Weatherford. She's wonderful. She has French Bulldogs herself. I have no qualms about ever going to her on anything. She'll always give me a straight up answer. She'll always tell me what the range is going to be, and I've done this with her. And she'll be straightforward about what her answers are. And if it's, James, you're an idiot, she'll tell me, and I can take that. So go and get yourself a relationship with a vet, with one that you think is giving you good answers, and you are able to question. It's the same thing, by the way, folks, when you go to the doctor. If you go to the doctor with an ailment, the doctor's got to diagnose your problem in 2 or 3 minutes. You've been living with this for maybe years. Do some research. Find out what you think it might be. Be prepared for the right answer, and then be prepared for the wrong answer. So that if somebody's told you something you think is wrong, they can explain to you why you are full of crap. Because by the way, we're all full of crap some of the time. So anyway, there's my answer. There's a long answer to that one. Oh, thanks a lot, Kathleen. You got me on my high horse. Can you? Okay, I think somebody's asking about, can you please post those peer-reviewed studies, please? I think we're talking about, talking about DMA hogs. Go Google it. Go Google it, you'll find it. I think there's 2 studies that I cited that were done out of University of Missouri, I believe. Hell, it's been 2 or 3 years since I put that video up, so I don't remember the details on it. But it's a peer-reviewed, authored result. It's not somebody just making up rubbish. It is actually peer-reviewed in scientific papers, so it's a real deal. But go Google it, you'll find it. Number of people have asked about prices on some of our puppies we have. The answer is call Tammy, 580-799-2873. If it's their lilac the platinum fluffy carriers, that's my daughter Chanel, 580-799-2875. Guop 209, what steps do I need to know when it's time to breed my female? Well, you've got a lot. I can't answer that question here. It's way too long and involved. I've got tons and tons and tons of videos on this. There's one thing called Bo Peep's Journey, where I do the entire process from A all the way through to puppies leaving. So just go review those and then ask some other questions if you've got particular questions. But there's that, the simple answer to this, you need to educate yourself. And I don't mean that in a rude way, but that's what you need to do. Educate yourself, because you're about to step into something where you're making a commitment and you can't back out of it. So learn what you got to do in terms of preparation beforehand, getting the dog bred, whatever that breed might be, finding suitable partners to breed it to, getting prepared for whelping puppies, looking after mom. There's lots and lots of things to learn here. None of it's difficult, but it does all require some studying by you to learn what you're stepping into. And here's one that is in French. Magnifique. La mort qui halette ses petites, vraiment trop beau. Well, I'll do a terrible translation. What does it mean? Magnificent little merles who something or other are small and are really nice quality. I think that's what it means. I'm going to take it as that anyway. Maybe it means you're a complete idiot. You shouldn't be breeding dogs in French. I don't know. Alex Reyes, thank you for sharing. Puppies are just would like to hear some tips on my proven bull mastiff stud. Last year we noticed that that very small semen was collected during an AI process. This could be the reason why we can't produce babies, unlike before. He's now 4 years old. How to? Well, look, the answer to this is you need to, first thing is, if you've got a dog that you want to perform as a stud dog, don't expect for that boy to do what you want when you've never done anything with him before, and all of a sudden it's the day to get it done, and you collect from the dog and it's crap. Not surprising. If you know you're going to use the dog, and it's just going to be used occasionally, then weeks before you're going to start this process, do a collection from him. And if you don't have a microscope, go to a vet and have them look under a microscope as the very minimum starting point. Better yet would be to have somebody do a semen analysis, which means they're going to look at the total volume, the total number of sperm, the total number of mobile live sperm, and the morphology, the number of sperm that look normal. You can learn to do this yourself. You can go buy a microscope, and you can buy a hemotactus slide, that's probably the wrong word for it, for about 40 bucks on Amazon, where you can actually do a collection and count semen and look at it. So it's not that you can't do this yourself. I do it. That's how I started learning how to do it. So you don't have to necessarily go to a vet, but if you just collect from the dog, you want to do an AI and don't even look at it, and you assume it's going to be okay, you're probably going to be disappointed. All right. How far are we into this? Oh, we're 11 minutes. That's enough of this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.